Wildcat breakdown. Time to talk about the big win over the Washington Huskies, 52-17. Joined as always by Glenn Howell, U of A football class of 1985. And Glenn, let's start on the defensive side of the ball because I thought that was where things were special. We talked on Friday about how they had to put pressure on the quarterback. They did that. One of the big reasons, I think, is the return of Justin Washington. This is a guy that 2 years ago, playing between the bookends, Ricky Elmore and Brooks Reed, was able to create a lot of havoc from that defensive tackle position, opening up lanes for not only the DNs, but for the linebackers to get to the quarterback. And I think we're starting to see that now. Hank Hopson has come back off of his fall camp injury. In the last 2 games, we've seen him on blitzes up the middle, where he's been able to put his hat on the quarterback. That is going to be key for this team going forward. Those 2 guys are returning.
Yeah, if you talk to any defensive coordinator, the key to the outside, the run, the ends making pressure on the quarterback is the pressure up in front, in the middle. So if we have somebody going at the tackle position and making havoc in there, that's going to free up the ends. So they're going to have to, those guards and the tackles, have to be worried about those ends coming out. But I think Justin Washington's done a great job, and he's coming back, and he's a welcome addition to that defense.
Now, on the flip side, though, they've got to figure out a way to get this tight end thing under control, because Austin Seferian-Jenkins had an excellent game going across the middle. We saw it from the guys up at Stanford, and USC is another team that comes to town with great tight ends. So how do they defend the tight end?
Yeah, we can't make careers. Arizona can't be the career for the tight end, because that's what it seems like. They're having career days. We have to put some kind of body on them. Can't have them have free releases. The guys were having free releases all night. So we have to be able to do that, because if you have the tight end going across and they're opening up the middle, that means the sidelines are open to go deep. And then next week we have these wide receivers at USC that like to go deep. So we have to be able to settle that with the tight end.
Taimi Tutogi, best game as a Wildcat, and not just because he played both sides, but he made plays on both sides. One of my biggest pet peeves with Taimi has been him as a blocking fullback. He doesn't block. I could put together a 4-minute tape of him going through the hole and not hitting anybody. Yesterday, he went into the hole. He hit guys. That's a huge reason that Kadeem Carey got 170 yards, because Taimi was involved in the blocking game yesterday. If 2 weeks ago, if you'd have asked me about Taimi Tutogi, I'd have said, don't even play him on offense, play him on defense. And yesterday we saw why, because he has that motor coming off the edge. He got sacks. He hit the quarterback. He made plays on both sides of the ball.
And maybe because his whole family was there, because maybe his brother. I mean, maybe we should play against that with somebody over there all the time, because he had a great game. I mean, Kadeem Carey could be certified in this, because he had great blocks for him to open him up for some great runs. And I think he's a great addition on that D-line. He's brings so much energy there, and that's gonna pass like a virus on that D-line, and I think it's gonna be great.
And special teams.
Special teams.
Whoa.
I love that.
Got a special teams touchdown from Richard Morrison. That is outstanding, and that's the kind of thing it takes to win these big games like one you got coming up this week against USC. I mean, I am so looking forward to seeing these 2 quarterbacks, Matt Barkley and Matt Scott, the 2 Matts, do their thing.
It's going to be an incredible game. I think that we need to have a special team big play on that game against USC. We had one against Washington. It was great. We need another one. We need another interception. We put pressure on Barkley. I think if we put pressure on Barkley, he's going to throw an INT also.
And we've seen that. They're a team that's got a very young offensive line, much like the Washington Huskies. Now, maybe a little bit more talent, but still young. And that's the kind of team that you can put some pressure on and hit Barkley. We saw even Colorado hit him a couple times yesterday. I mean, they lost 44 by 44 points, but they did hit him, and that's what Stanford did in the game that they beat USC. So you've got to be able to get to Barkley and put pressure on him. Okay, it was a great win for the U of A Wildcats, and a huge week coming up. The USC Trojans come to town on Saturday, and we will preview that game for you coming up this Friday.